here on our YouTube channel. And thank you to those who will be viewing this today live on our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube and follow us on TikTok, Forever Young Tarot, to get your shadow work messages. And here on YouTube, we do our collective readings, our sun sign and Leo readings, our self reflection readings, okay, and our moon phase readings. All right, dwellings. So today is going to be a moon phase reading. This is very special for the collective. Today's moon phase is a half moon. Okay, this is a half moon in Leo or a waning gibbous moon. Okay, and that's the moon where the phase where we reflect on the past. Okay, we let go of burdens and prepare for new beginnings. Okay, friends. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's the halfway mark to the new moon. It's wonderful, darlings. Okay, today the half moon happened to fall on a Thursday. Okay, Thursday is where we read on our good fortune, our optimism, expansion, and abundance. Okay, basically, you know what? Our blessings, right? The things that we want to receive for all of our hard work, right? Make life easier. Okay, and just hope and optimism in general, so those things can happen. Okay, friends. So we're just gonna read on that. We're gonna do our astrology first, of course, as always. And then we're going to dive deep into sort of our own reading. Before we do that, though, before what you see before you is a little snippet of our last reading. Our last reading is on the TikTok Forever Young Tarot. That was a conflict resolution reading. And the title of that reading was Am I the Narcissist? Okay. So if just the title itself resonated with you, please feel free to go to the TikTok and check that out. Remember, friends, you will not continue to resonate with these collective readings if you are not doing the shadow work. So please do subscribe here to the YouTube and follow us on TikTok to do your shadow work. The ultimate goal of the YouTube page is 500 subscribers on the YouTube so we can open up. Hello, Naranjan. So we can open up the members, and once you are able to become a member here on YouTube, we will be doing zodiac readings for the collective. Okay, and those will be special to those who become members, but we would need 500 subscribers, so that's the ultimate goal. For right now, the goal for the collective is 100 subscribers so that we can start doing twin flame readings here on the page. Okay, darlings. But again, today we are reading on the half moon. Okay, this is a half moon reading, friends. This is a moon phase reading. We're going to reflect on the past. We're going to figure out what sort of burdens we need to let go of so we can prepare for new beginnings or this new moon to come. Thank you so much, Elijah. What you guys see before you is sort of a snippet from our last reading. Okay, and our last reading again was that conflict resolution reading on the TikTok Forever Young Tarot. That's where we do our shadow work. All right, and basically what we were talking about is we were talking about being very careful of not mirroring the narcissist or that person, that low vibrational Scorpio energy, that manipulative energy. Thank you, Silver. That manipulative, secretive, violent, okay, abusive sort of energy that we were dealing with in the past, probably for a very long time, friends. This is something we've been dealing with for a while, probably most of our lives, okay, or somebody, right? And we've gotten to the point where we're starting to heal, but healing is a process, and oh, thank you. I try, friend. Beep beep. So healing is a process. So right now, some of us may be mirroring the narcissist, right, or mirroring that abusive person. Remember, friends, when we say narcissist, we just are talking about the tendencies because we don't want to label anyone without them having a diagnosis. So when we say narcissist, we're just meaning a person with the tendencies, okay? And this affected us. The trauma from this person affected us, and we're at a point where we're trying to heal, and we're recognizing some of the ways that we mirror that person, right? Which is normal, friends. This is not something that is rare or abnormal or something is wrong with you. A lot of the times when you when you experience trauma, you can mirror it sometimes as a defense mechanism. Wait, who mod then? I don't have a mod, honestly, friends. Not yet. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not doing personal readings right now. This is a collective moon phase reading. Self moderated. Yes, I try. So, yeah, so sometimes we can mirror that person, okay, as a defense mechanism because obviously we've seen it work for them, right? So we think that it's going to work for us, and sometimes that's not the case, friends. Most of the time and almost all the time it's not the case, right? So that's just what we're seeing here. We're dealing with some karma from a person who is a false person, in front of us or in other people's face they're one person, but really they're another person behind closed doors. Okay, we are watching this person, what we feel like is be able to manifest, from their narcissism, right? Get what they want from their tendencies, from these manipulative, abusive, violent, secretive. What were some of the other energies, friend? Jealous, stubborn, vengeful energy. Is that what we're reading on someone we may have been dealing with in the past, that we dealt with these sort of energies and we may be mirroring them. So if this sounds like you, it could be that you are this person coming in, right? And maybe you're looking for some self-awareness, but this also could be the person that has caused you some of this trauma. And because we're mirroring them a bit, we're wanting to take a deeper dive into sort of what's going on with the self as part of our shadow work, as part of a way to say I'm aware that something isn't right. That's okay, friend, that something isn't right, and I want to fix it, right? And I think a lot of us are just starting to mirror the people that we've experience some trauma with, because we are in a healing process and because we're becoming more aware of things. And when you become more aware, you become aware of everything. And honestly, awareness doesn't mean we're all knowing. Awareness just means we see something, or we're learning something, or we're knowing something. You're welcome, friend. And it really depends on our perception of that information that we're gaining. That determines, like that determines how we're going to take it, right? So if we see someone, right? Hi, yeah, is it Johanset? um Hello, friend. So if we see something that works for a person, right, we might think, oh, this must be okay because they're not suffering any consequence or anything like that. We may try to mirror that. Yeah, yeah, I'm glad. Oh, thank you so much for subbing, friend. So that's sort of what we're dealing with from that last reading. Go to the TikTok, check out that shadow work for the full reading. And the TikTok is Forever Young Tarot. Okay, it'll make sense once we start getting to the astrology of today, why that is relevant. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're learning something. So again, today we're celebrating the half moon, right? Or technically a waning gibbous. All right, this waning gibbous became a waning gibbous at least on the east coast of the United States, friends, at 5:55 p.m. Alrighty, and that came to be in low vibrational Leo energy. All right, so on Sundays we do read on sun sign in Leo. So if you guys want to check that out on our YouTube, under the live category, we do read on that every Sunday. So during this waning gibbous, during this phase of the moon, we want to reflect on the past, let go of burdens, and prepare for new beginnings, right? And I think for this one, we're gonna reflect on our past self, okay? Because we've been talking about the fact that we've been mirroring some of these negative energies that we're trying to heal from. Oh, that's okay if you're a Virgo friend. That is all right. They're also self reflection readings for the collective. So for those who subscribe here on YouTube and follow on the TikTok, they're for them and for Sun Sign and Leo. Okay. So because we're talking about sort of this mirroring, we want to reflect on sort of who we were in the past, right? How we were coming off, how we were being perceived, our connection with our faith or the Most High, right? We want to reflect on that so we can let go of some of the burdens of that, so we can prepare for new beginnings. And because this half moon came about on a Thursday, which is the day that represents abundance, optimism, good fortune, right? We want to really make sure we're becoming aware of some of our more low vibrational energies that we could be bringing with us from the past. Look at those, be aware, analyze it, and figure out how to heal those things so we don't take it with us to the future, right? Much better. Wonderful, friend. So yep, you're gonna see during this phase, or become more aware that we're coming to a pivotal point where we're changing in our mind, in our physical realm, and spiritually, right? Some of the ways we perceive things, some of the ways we collect information and how we analyze it is different. It's some of the things we see physically within ourselves, or around us in the 3D realm, are going to be changing. And in our faith, right, and our connection with the Most High is going to be changing, right? And that's okay. It's a pivotal time in our life. Remember, for this next phase up until the new moon, we're going to be reading on this chariot energy that came out in reverse, and this is all about the fact that we lack confidence, right, and the strength of will. For some reason, and this will help us if this was upright, right, and we were confident, we had a strong will, we would become more triumphant and head towards the things for which we want, right, for which we desire and work hard for. But because of our lack of confidence or our strength of will, we're having an issue with that. We're having an issue seeing what abundance looks like for us, what good fortune might look like for us, right? We're having issues being optimistic. And the reason why we may lack confidence and strength of will is because we're dealing with some trauma that we've accumulated from these experiences with that low vibrational Scorpio energy, or that narcissistic energy, or that manipulative, violent, secretive, jealous, stubborn energy, right? So yeah, that's why it's important to do that shadow work on TikTok, and also come here and get these collective readings. You'll understand, right? And it'll be able to help you figure things out a little better, a little easier, right? And so this moon became a half moon, right? In that low vibrational Leo energy. What does that mean, right? The moon is all about our emotions, our feelings, what's hidden, right? What we sort of keep hidden from the outside world, right? And that low vibrational Leo energy is talking about us being maybe a little intolerant of things, or patronizing, conceited, egotistical, snobbish, maybe being a little extra sometimes, or attention seeking, right? Thanks, have a good day. I wanted a personal reading, but it seems like you aren't doing. No, but feel free to follow, friend, or subscribe, because, once we get to our subscriber goals, we will open up personal readings on TikTok. But we have to hit our goals here on YouTube first. Okay, friend? I appreciate you coming in either way. So because of us, we've felt that way probably in the past, and a lot of the time when we're dealing with someone who's sort of manipulative in a way, right? Who knows how to break us down and then love bomb us and keep us there. We could do things, right, or feel ways, because all we really want to do is sort of keep them around no matter how they treat us, right? And so with this low vibrational Leo energy, it almost feels like we were dealing with that with this person for a very long time, and they would put us in places emotionally where we just want to get their attention, right? That's okay if you don't have TikTok, friend. That is all right, no worries. It'll happen either way. We have been maybe seeking their attention, right? Because they'll take their attention away, right, as a punishment. We may you know, try to embellish sort of our own ego to try to feel better, right? Because sometimes they'll tear us the hell down, right? Way down, right? But yeah, some of these things could also be defense mechanisms. We're conceited, or we're patronizing, right? Or we're intolerant of other people, right? A lot of the times those are defense mechanisms, or times where we're mirroring, that person who caused us some trauma, friends. So when we're in our feelings that way, we're not coming off because that's genuinely who we are, right? We're not being logical in those moments. We're sort of acting on our feelings, right? So we want to really look into that, and reflect on that, right? Reflect on why sort of why we are not why are we more in tune with our emotions, right? Why we're allowing our emotions to be on the forefront of the actions that we take, versus stopping and thinking about things and sort of analyzing things before we react and act on our emotions. All right, friends. Again, because this half moon occurred on a Thursday, at 5:55, believe it or not, the ruling planet for the number 5 is Jupiter. The day is Thursday. Okay. The zodiac is Leo. So it's just very, very perfect, right? It's very much aligned. We always talk about that here on this channel, the importance of doing the shadow work, the importance of watching these collective readings, because you will see how aligned we are, right? As the reading goes on. Right. So that Jupiter energy, while as the moon was, turning into that half moon or that waning gibbous phase, the Jupiter is in low vibrational Gemini, right? We're talking about our good fortune, our ability to be optimistic, our abundance. And when we talk about low vibrational Gemini, we're talking that superficial energy. We're just looking at things way on the surface, right? We're talking about that really cunning, sly, slick energy, inconsistency, feeling restless and secretive, flighty, people being nosy, and sort of devious. It's just like, it gives me that Seven of Swords energy, like a sly fox energy. You thought what was the other way around, friend? So it's like, something could be going on where somebody's trying to be really slick with your abundance, right? We're trying to be really slick and make it so that you're not optimistic, or trying to be really cunning and take away from your good fortune. And this could be that narcissist, this could be that manipulator, this could be that abusive person, but this could also be us, because we're not quite healed yet from this energy. We could be sabotaging our own self by being in these energies. Okay, friends. So that's it for the astrology. Thank you to those who have stayed so far. I really do appreciate all of you. Those that stick around and those that stay and really want to learn and do the work. I really appreciate it, because you're not only doing the work, but I'm doing the work with you. Okay. I do not think that I'm a psychic. I'm not a licensed mental health professional. I do go to school. Currently, I'm paused, right? But I do go to school and study counseling and psychology. Unfortunately, college is expensive, so I'm doing what I have to do to save up to finish. And so until I do that, I want to help people the best way I can. And I was brought up a spiritual person. I always have been. This has always been part of my DNA and who I am. And so that's it. I've done the work multiple times. I've studied these things. This is just how I grew up, practicing my faith, and finding different ways to do that, and connecting with other people to help us heal. So let's do that, right? It's very expensive. Yes, it is. College is expensive, friend. I don't have very much left, but it's very expensive. So because it's a special sort of reading, a moon phase reading, I actually think we're going to pull from our mermaid cards. We use our mermaid cards mostly on Mondays when we read on the shadow self, and on Wednesdays when we do our shadow work on TikTok. These sort of read on our third eye, our intuition, and also our emotions, and also some things that may be hidden, secrets, mysteries. We just sort of dive deep into those with these cards, friends. If you feel like you are part of the collective, right? You feel like you resonate. I encourage you to subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Forever Young Tarot, right? And after you do that, could you please go to any of our videos, leave a comment with a number between 1 through 6? Because the number that I get the most, that's how many times we're going to shuffle our deck before we pick, and that'll be special to the collective, okay? So, all right, we're about 20 minutes in, so let's get the reading going, friends. All right, let's get the reading going. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick. We sort of want to read on what do we need to reflect on when it comes to the past, letting go in reverse. We've been talking about this, friends. Okay. Oh, that's okay, friend. Go ahead. Feel free to leave and come back as you please. I'm going to put this on as a replay on the YouTube. It should be up by tonight. So we've been talking about sort of having an issue with letting go, right? With detaching from things. And that's because we've always wanted to hold on to things, because a lot of us are used to things just sort of leaving, or us losing things, or, you know what I'm saying? Always having to grip tight for things to stay around. So, this is something that's, again, stemming from the trauma that we've experienced in the past, where we have trouble letting go, right? And that's okay, friends. We're going to learn. That's a really scary thing to do, is to let go. May I am staying. I want to learn. Thank you so much, friend. I really do appreciate you. It's hard to let things go. It's scary, when you don't know what's going to happen. It's scary when you get used to something. It's scary, when things just change, right? And so, letting go is a struggle for a lot of people who are in their healing process. And that's all right, whether it's letting go of people, or letting go in order to forgive, or you know what I mean? Letting go can mean a plethora of things, and really just depends on your situation. As a collective, yes, we are on the same energy, within the same timeline, but we all go through different things. So on the bottom we have innocence. So I really feel like this is something stemming from childhood, friends. This trauma, or just this negative dark energy that we're holding on to. This could have been somebody we were really close to, or wanted to be close to, and they just wouldn't allow it. Okay. Or this could have, we could have been an innocent party in this, and that's why it's hard to let go. A lot of times when we're just innocent and naive, or just not understanding what's going on, it could be really difficult, because a lot of the times we want answers, right? We want things to change, we want this and we want that, but sometimes that doesn't happen, so it's hard to let go, right? And hard to move forward. Let's see, what's gonna be the next one? I want to reflect on the past. It's funny because we're supposed to read on reflecting on the past and letting go of burdens. So what do we need to let go of the future in reverse? The future in reverse. I really feel like we are so worried, right, about what our future looks like, right? Let's see what's on the bottom. Abundance in reverse. We have convinced ourselves, because we're not able to let go of whatever this is, and we're going to read more on it, that when we think of the future, all we think of is that we're not going to get what we desire, right? All our hard work means nothing. We're going to always be poor. Something bad is going to happen. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to get fired. This person's going to leave me. My kid's going to hate me. You know what I'm saying? With this abundance in reverse, when we're reading on a Thursday, that's all about our abundance and our good fortune, right? And we've been talking about how we can't be triumphant, right? This chariot can't go upright, and we be triumphant, and we head towards the something, that will make us triumphant, right? And we're able to gather our confidence and strong will in order to do this. This can't be upright, right? If when we look at the future, we don't see ourselves, somewhere good, right? And I think the the burden that we've had is the fact that when we look towards our future, we sort of we're not as optimistic as we probably should be, right? We're not optimistic as we probably should be. Let's see, what was the energy again? That low vibrational Gemini. Superficial, cunning, inconsistent, restless, secretive, flighty, nosy, devious. Okay? And that's because the reason why we don't see abundance in our future, we're not optimistic, is because somebody, we probably were brought up by people who were really shallow, who really just were into money, buying things, right? People who are super superficial, and you're probably not like that. People who are, they probably get what they want in a really cunning way, you know, really sly, really slick, you know what I'm saying? They get their money, and sometimes it's not the best way, right? Sometimes they lie, sometimes they cheat, whatever. We could have been around or brought up, or this trauma, this could even be somebody we've been with for a really long time. Okay. We could have been dealing with somebody who was really inconsistent, right? Who would say that they're going to do something and don't make promises, don't keep them. You know what I'm saying? Say they're going to come around, they never show up. All right, feeling restless. Okay, this could be like just, oh, just even that feeling of just constantly feeling like you always have to be on the go. I'm never gonna get anywhere unless I am always doing something. I don't know how to. I can't take a break, because if I take a break, I'm not gonna make no money. Right? I'm gonna get I'm going to become poor. I'm going to become homeless. You know what I'm saying? So constantly moving and not taking the time to really analyze your life, right? And get things together, right? Because of fear, out of fear that we're not going to get to where we have to go. This could be some sort of, there could have been some sort of secret, right? Some sort of secret that, I would say, I honestly would feel like that it's already been revealed, right? And this is why this change is coming, this pivotal point of change in our mind, body, and spirit. And it's a look into ourself, right? Who are we, and how are we coming off? Where's my faith, right? How am I being perceived in by the 3D realm, by the world, because I don't understand why I'm not where I need to be, right? And so something could have happened that it was finally revealed, like maybe somebody was purposely trying to hold you back from something, right? And you realize that, and now you're like, damn, it's time for me to change, right? It's time for this to change. And devious, just again with that cunning dude, it's just something, right? Something was trying to be real slick, right? And wasn't being honest, wasn't being upfront. And this energy that you dealt with for a really long time, it really affected your outlook on your future and your future abundance. Okay, so that's a burden that we really need to work on letting go, right? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. So now that we sort of read on, we got the information we needed. I think this wasn't sort of geared toward our emotions, but sort of, this is our intuition talking to us, and telling us sort of what's going on that we haven't really been able to see on our own. All right, let's go ahead and pull from the tarot and see what's going on, like spiritually, because innately this is a very special reading. It's a very a pivotal time in this sort of mini cycle, right? That's what I call the moon phases, like these mini cycles throughout the year, that we go through, many karmic cycles where we gain energy, we use that energy to learn new things, to create new karma, and then we slowly let it go, to make room for that to happen again. You should do Twitch too, not gonna lie. I think a lot of people will enjoy your lives. That's not the first time I've heard that. My wife tells me that I should do it on Twitch sometimes. You really think that I should try that? I guess I'll try it out. I'll be scared to do it. All right, let's see what's going on as far as the spiritual realm. I think a lot of us have lost our faith a little bit, and we're not talking religion, friends. This is a channel for everybody. Okay, thank you so much, Silver. This is a channel for everybody, whether you're religious or spiritual or atheist, whatever you want to be. This pertains to everyone because, thank you. I'll let you know when I get up there. I'm going to take that serious. This pertains to everyone, you know. We all see the stars, we all see the sun and the moon. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're having fun. We all, you know, we all touch grass and breathe the same air. We're made up of the same kind of elements and things like that. And so no matter what you believe, somehow this is all connected, and that's why we do the astrology and then we do the cards, right? So yeah, let's read on basically the energy, the spiritual energy, what we're receiving from the cosmic world, universe, most high, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's go and pick. Let's get a the energy. Where are we spiritually in this timeline as far as this letting go in reverse? What do we have an issue letting go of? Right. Reflect on the past. Something from the past we haven't let go of. We got. I think that's two cards. Three. Three. Let's make sure. Yep, that's three. All right, we're gonna go from the let's past to the future. Let's start from the wow. Oh, look at five. I told y'all. If you just give me a chance with our 5 likes, if you give me a chance, you'll see. And that's okay. You don't have to have a religion. That is okay. It's up to you how you know what your faith is or how you connect with universe. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords in this letting go in reverse. This is all about self-destruction. This is a warning. Could be an upcoming argument. This is when we really, you know how they say that somebody can cut with their tongue, right? This is arguments. This is getting into it with someone and just saying stuff that you can't take back. Okay. This is saying self sabotage, saying something that could really tear you up, right? And really put you in a bad position. Okay. You can't take it back. This is a warning to be careful. Okay, be careful what you say. Be careful of the arguments you decide to get into. Okay, letting go. So you when you were dealing with this person, right, that you're trying to heal from this trauma from, there may have been a lot of arguments. Okay, whether you were in the wrong, they were in the wrong, there was arguments, right? And there could have been moments where you said things that you couldn't take back and they said things that they couldn't take back, right? There could have been moments of self-destruction because of all of this, right? And you know, self-sabotage, you know, hurting yourself, doing things that you know you shouldn't be doing and not caring about the outcome or the consequence, right? It's like we have to reflect on all those things because I think a lot of the time we're really hard on ourselves when we make mistakes. And I think a lot of that comes from dealing with that low vibrational person, right? Yeah, this has to be like on my life. That's me. Well, I'm glad you resonate. Yeah, I mean, like I said, as a collective, we're not always all going through the same exact thing, but energetically, it's very similar. And when we do the shadow work, you know, and we come together and we do these readings, these collective readings, it does help some people. So yeah, it's like we have to not be ashamed. I think a lot of us have trouble healing because we're ashamed, right? We don't tell people some of the things we've gone through, some of the things we've done. Sometimes we hide it from ourselves and try to push it down and keep it a secret and act like it didn't happen, or we just hold guilt and shame and don't tell anybody. You all have to remember when you're dealing with a manipulative person, a violent person, a jealous person, a really ooh the popo. Okay. Is that Popo or it's an ambulance? Okay, let me tell you something. If y'all was dealing with somebody that put you in an ambulance, okay, I could see how that could cause you to do things to self destruct, especially if you feel like you can't get away. I'm glad this is helping you, friend. Especially if you feel like you can't get away for whatever reason, whether it's you think that you deserve that sort of treatment, or you've been dealing with it for a long time, or you were raised by a person like this, so you don't even realize it's something you need to get away from, right? I think sometimes we get scared to look back. That scared me too. We get scared to look back at these things and and really look at them and dive deeper into them and analyze them and heal them for real, and even take accountability. I think a lot of us have an issue taking accountability. We could have been raised by a person who has an issue taking accountability, and that could come off in a way where we may take accountability but then beat ourselves up about it later, right? Oh no, I did do that, I apologize, and then totally like beat ourselves up about it. It's no one can. Don't judge yourself, okay? And don't let anybody judge you. It's hard. Things can become confusing, when you have another person literally manipulating or breaking you down, 1 minute, and then love bombing you another minute. Someone who you think loves you, but then you can't have friends, or you can't go out, or people can't look at you. These things are all very confusing, friends. And so we may have gone through some arguments, again, self-destruction, and we're just having a hard time letting some of those things go. All right, look at that major arcana, the magician, that one coming out. If you go to our last reading, our shadow work reading on TikTok, Forever Young Tarot, you see that number one, was it? Yep, the number 11 came out when we were talking about that false person and how they're able to manifest. We feel like when we look at them, oh, I know I hate it. I have experience as a mixed baby. Oh yes, I've heard. You go through things when you have like biracial parents, or when you're a biracial person. But never feel shame, So we've been talking about sort of how we look at the narcissist sometimes, or this abusive person, or this person that causes trauma, and we see how they're able to manifest and get what they want, even though they're not that great of people, right? And we think, oh, sometimes if I mirror that person, then I'm gonna get what they get. I'm gonna get blessed like them, and they must be doing something right. And so this magician card coming out just sort of solidifies that, right? This magician card's self-empowerment and taking action, right? And I think that again, this is just sort of describing our defense mechanism, right? Because we've dealt with this energy, right? And it has caused arguments, or we've had arguments, or we've dealt with self-destruction because of it, right? Just or even verbal abuse, things like that. And I think that in order to feel self-empowered, right, and be able to take action, that sometimes we attack things with our words, with our tongues, right, or we think negatively, right, to the point where it gets us hyped up to take action against something, especially if somebody's always arguing or talking shit to us, to do it back, right? So that we can feel more self-empowered. Like, oh, you don't have a one up on me. You what do you think? You scare me, And so some of us may have dealt with, maybe at a time in our life being a little violent, getting into arguments constantly, or you know what I'm saying? This could affect us in many facets of our life, right? Your job, with friends, family members, and this was a defense mechanism because you've dealt with really toxic energy, karmic energy for such a long time that you've had to sort of build up a wall so you don't constantly get hurt, right? And we really have to reflect on this, because this is stuff that we have to look at, bring it to the forefront, say, take accountability of it, and let it start healing that, so we can let it go, right? Because that shame and that guilt carries on with us, right? And that last card was that death card, another major arcana. So that's what I'm talking about, that number 5 being a pivotal change. We have major arcanas coming out, and we're reading on our past self. So we really thought that, having arguments or that self-destruction, things that we can do, that we used to do, that really came off as really self-destructive, we those were defense mechanisms. We felt like those gave us power and protected us, right? And with this death card in reverse, look at that. That's a number, what, 13? Yeah. That major arcana card, when it's upright, it's all about closure, right? It's something coming to an end. It's something ending so it can transform into something new, right? It's sort of like positivity, after suffering, right? Where you have to suffer first, right? And then something has to come to an end. And this is in reverse. Okay, so it's almost like we really felt like that this would never come to an end, right? We felt like this would be a constant cycle, and it has been. With this death card in reverse, it's been a constant cycle, right? And it's gonna be a constant cycle, right? Until we really face this and take accountability for some of our actions in the past and how we've built up that defense mechanism towards other people. It's just gonna continue. It's gonna continue if we don't face it, we don't take accountability, call a spade, and start the process of healing that. Look at that, the 13, the 10, and 3. Here goes the 3 coming out. Okay, the Three of Cups. But last time we got Three of Cups, it was in reverse, y'all. When the Three of Cups is upright, it's all about friendship. Okay, this is rare connections, joy. Okay, this is creating memories. Really tapping into our heart space here and creating memories with others. Right? This is a very positive contract. We talk about 3 as a contract. This is creating positive bonds and positive karmic contracts. Okay, friends. This three of cups, right? So again, like I said, the self-sabotaging, it affect the self-destruction, the arguments, it's affected your friendships. Okay, it's affected every rare special connection that you've had, and it's going to continue to be an ongoing cycle of that until we face some of these things that we've done, some of the things that we've gone through, that other people have put us through, and the defenses that is created, right? Defense mechanisms we've created because of that. We have to look at it, take accountability, and let's start healing it, right? It's not to say that you don't have a reason, okay? That's not what I'm saying. But we know the reason. And now we need to heal, not only from what happened to us, but how it's affected us as a human being. Look, another major arcana. I told you that 555, the mind, body, and spirit. Okay, the mind, our intuition, our physical, and our connection with the Most High, with the universe. Okay, with the earth. Okay, look at this. Hold on. Mind, body. So here goes the mind. Okay, here goes the body, and here goes the spirit. Stop playing. Look at. Yo, I'm not playing. It's 555 on each of the 555 in the East Coast. That waning gibbous became a waning gibbous. All right, that moon, that half moon. Okay, 2, the high priestess. I'm going to put it up right just so you can see it properly. The high priestess has balance of the mind and of the heart, right? Being able to tap into that intuition, okay, and use that information. This is all about access to the different realms. We've been talking about the Most High in our faith, right? This is about being able to look at, find, and analyze mysteries. This is our psychic abilities, right? Just really our intuition, right? And how that connects with the earth around us, 3D realm, how we are able to receive information from the world around us, right? And this is stillness. This is being able to be still in situations, right? And really tap in and figure out what to do. Weren't we talking about Leo and the half moon? This is yeah, we are. Yes. Yes. Okay, so this is our mind. This is when we've gotten to a point where we are totally in control of our own intuition, right? Our faith is there. We can receive information from the trees, from we're just so connected with the universe, with the earth, okay? We're connected, and we use that information, and we listen, right? And we learn things. And, we just have a stillness about us because of that. So that is our mind. But of course, that came out in reverse. But that's the mind. Okay, here goes our body. I mean, look at the picture. It's literal a decaying dead body of a bird. Okay. All right. Body and our spirit, that's definitely always the number one, the magician. That's our own connection with the Most High, with the supernatural, with spirit, with universe, with the cosmic, whatever you want to call it, right? And using that in order to gain the resources we need here on earth in order to be, that God-like, abundant, strong-willed person, right? The person who is able to make something out of anything and make something of their self and their life, right? Their life is not in vain. Their existence is not in vain, right? So we have pivotal change everywhere. The actions that we take, right, need to change. The fact that we're not able to let things go and end things when we're supposed to needs to change, right? The fact that we haven't found our stillness, we're not able to access those realms. We've been talking about not being able to dream while we sleep, right? And having an issue dreaming or remembering our dreams. Oh no, it's not bad. Death card doesn't mean someone's dying or anything. Death card means an ending, right? Closure. Something ending so it can transform and become new, right? This is the we've been having issues, sort of, it's like instinct, right? When you look at something or you hear something, and something immediately pops in your head. Like we're just having issues connecting that way and gathering the information sort of in our dreams, because that's where we figure things out. When we go to bed and we dream, our mind processes a lot of the information that we gain during the day. And so that's the reason why here you're seeing for the future. Remember, we were talking about, it's like we're not seeing abundance in our future, and it's because our perception is still sort of imbalanced, right? We're not able to just calm down and stop and think about things and gather information and be really still and quiet, right? We always have to take action, argue, defend ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Show our ego, and our self empowerment, right? We haven't been able to stop and just sort of use our logic, our psychic wisdom, our intuition, right? We use our voice within to sort of think about things and analyze things and figure things out before we take action. It's very important for both of these to be upright, okay, together. Well, I think I'm going to bed because it's late and I have a lot of fun and learn so much. Thank you so much. Make sure to make Twitch. I'll be there. I will definitely let you know, Silver. I will call you out in the video when it's all done. Have a good night. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you and your wonderful energy. Okay. Thank you so much, friend. So yeah, so we have to be able to learn when it's time to stop and think, and versus when it's time to take action. And I think we haven't been able to sort of see abundance in our future or be optimistic about things, right? Or really grasp onto our good fortune. You're welcome, friend. Because we have yet to balance our mind, how we think about things, right? The fact that we think about things, our intuition versus the actions that we take, right? Our inner self, right? Our inner self versus our outer self, who we are really on the inside versus how people perceive us on the outside in the 3D realm. Okay, let's see sort of what's on the bottom. We have the star in reverse, another major arcana. When that's upright, oh gosh, not the justice. This is hope, peace of mind. Like I said, optimism, being able to be still because it's going to be all right. You have it, you feel it within because you have all the information that you need, right? All right, and that's what all of this is about. It's about figuring out what we need to reflect on, and it's the fact that we got some shit with us too. Sorry, I don't think I've cussed this whole live. That's crazy. We got some shit with us too. Okay, we got some shit with us that was created by this trauma, okay, that we experienced from dealing with this person, that we're mirroring some of their characteristics, and that's because it's just become a defense mechanism. We don't really know what is the best way to feel or best things to do because we never got the opportunity to make that decision for ourselves. And now that we're in the healing process, obviously the first thing we're going to do is say, oh, this worked for that person, let me try, right? Or this is the only way I know how to deal with something because I've only dealt with this my whole life, right? And we need to learn how to look at that, okay? Actually say, yeah, that's what it is. That's what I do, or that's what I've done. Take accountability, and figure out how we let that go, right? How we change that, how we end that. Because if we don't, Okay, if we just keep taking action and doing things based on our own ego, or trying to, because of, it's our defense mechanism, or we don't want to seem weak, or out of fear, whatever your reason is, if we keep doing that and we don't start thinking first, then yes, you will not see abundance in your future. Okay, all right, y'all. This is just that's just basically what it is. All right, let's see what this looks like here on the earthly realm for us, so we can recognize this on the everyday. Woo. Yeah. This false person coming out again, and it's coming out again sideways, because I really feel like we are mirroring this person. This came out in our shadow work reading on TikTok, Forever Young Tarot. Okay, with this person that they're terrible. Like, to us, they're horrible. They're terrible fucking people. They're manipulative. They're abusive. They're violent. They have narcissistic tendencies. Okay, they're constantly arguing us, putting us down, right? Wanting to watch us self-destruct, right? And then when we get upset and we react back to them and defend ourselves, they turn that shit back around on us, right? We're mirroring them because that's all we know, or that's all we know that works. And I mean, it's coming out again. We need to really face that. We need to face some of the negative characteristic or attributes that we've picked up from the trauma from dealing with this person. If we're not honest about it, we don't take accountability, it's never going to change. We're never going to move forward in life and be abundant. Thoughts in reverse. A lot of us may need therapy, y'all. For those of us who have not taken initiative and gotten some therapy, I think if it's not therapy, at least do the shadow work. At least get some support. Talk to your doctor. Talk to a friend. Write in a journal. Okay, but we're really trying to keep this stuff stuffed and under wrapped, and just deal with the guilt and the shame instead of talking about it and taking accountability and figuring out how to change it. Okay. Oh, it's time to get live now, y'all. We about to finish. I gotta get, I do my lesson in the beginning of the video. Okay, nobody likes it. Nobody likes the astrology. But then y'all call me a fake and a phony. Okay, but I'll show you I know what I'm talking about. Right? And then we do the reading. And I give y'all the information. But then at some point, especially when this Kipper comes out, I start being real with y'all, because you have to see what it looks like here on the earthly realm. Okay, toil and labor in reverse over the future in reverse. The reason we're not seeing the future as abundant, like we're not able to be optimistic, right? We don't see our good fortune, is because we act before we think. Okay, we take action before we set in stillness and really look within, all right, on what's the best thing to do. We accuse others before we take accountability. Okay, with this toil and labor in reverse, look at that 8 and look at that 3. Where's the 3 at? Where the hell is it? It was a 3 of cups. Oh, that I'm thinking of. But look at that 8. Yeah, so it's like we're not putting enough work at all. Like, we literally should be putting most of the work into this, into being a high priestess upright, all right, into mental stillness, and focusing how to get back in tune with our dream state, right? Tapping into our inner self, right? Our voice, using our voices within, our intuition, our instincts, okay? Looking at what's hidden within the self, right? And in our mind and our perception, and changing that, right? I think that we worked so hard on other things because of the karma from dealing with this person, right? This manipulative, abusive, violent, jealous, stubborn, secretive person, right? We've worked so hard on all the other things in our life, right, to try to distract from what's actually been affecting us, because of and how it's been affecting us, right? Some of us are workaholics. Some of us are super dedicated to our families. Some of us are super dedicated to, I don't know, traveling, right? Making money, being on social media, okay? But I think some of us need to stop for a second, right? And instead of putting all our energy into whatever this thing that we take action towards every day, whether it's your job or your family, that you put so much work into, that you haven't put any work into your mental state here, right? You haven't put any work into that. And so if you want to see abundance in the future, and you want good fortune, and you want to be able to be optimistic, at some point, okay, with the coffin in reverse, just like the death card. Here goes the death card in the kipper. We have the death card in the tarot. Here it goes in the kipper, right on the bottom. In reverse, if you don't put an end to things, bring closure to things, learn how to let things go, allow yourself to almost have a spiritual death, right? By looking at some of your own actions that you've partaken in, right? That you've, obviously, again, actions that are coming, that are learned, right? Either you learned that this was okay because you dealt with it for so long with this person with narcissistic, manipulative, violent tendencies, or you built up a defense mechanism, right? Or you're just marrying this person because you think that, that's going to get you somewhere because it's gotten them somewhere. But yeah, if you don't put an end to this, okay, transformation won't come. Ultimate change doesn't come. Manifesting doesn't happen. Okay, it won't. You have to put your energy, all of your energy, and really facing all this karma and how it's affected you and the type of person it turned you into. Take accountability for it and get some help. All right, or at least, I can't tell you what to do. At least, okay, if you're gonna watch readings, these readings, like for example, this one, a collective reading, you go and do the shadow work too. Our shadow work is on TikTok, Forever Young Tarot. At least do that if you're not going to do any of the other options, right? But constantly watching readings and getting answers and getting answers and getting answers and hearing that it's everybody else's fault and it's not your fault and whatever, that's not going to get us anywhere. All right, friends? Let's go ahead and pull from the oracle. All right, before our hour is up, darlings. If you resonate, please let me know. If you're not sure, you can go back to the channel, watch some of our other readings. Okay, you can go to the TikTok where we do the shadow work readings. They're different readings than what you'll see here on YouTube. The link is on the channel if y'all don't feel like typing nothing. Sorry, I'm just making sure my cards don't have any that are flipped the wrong way. I thought I saw one. There we go. All right. I appreciate the people who have stayed. I love you, even though I don't know who you are. I hope that you're getting a positive message out of this. Okay. Hello to the two more people that are here. We're about to pull from our oracle. Okay, remember, this is a half moon reading. Okay, we're reflecting on the past, our past self specifically, as this moon came out in low vibrational Leo. And Leo is ruled by the sun. So it talks about the self, our ego, and our connection with spirit. All right, letting go, reflecting on our past self, letting go of these burdens, right? And the burden is we don't see abundance in our future. We are not optimistic. Okay, we don't think we have good fortune. And in order to prepare for the new beginning that we have coming, we need to focus our energy on getting our mind right, right? And I mean for real, not for the time being. I mean for real. Doing what we need to do, facing some of our own shit. Okay, taking accountability for our own shit. At least talking about the trauma that we went through for real, y'all. Getting the help that we need, right? And getting our mind right. Because there's no reason, okay, why we can't be optimistic too. It's just some shit we need to fix with us. And if you missed some of that, I'm going to put this reading up, y'all, so you can watch the replay of it, okay? Let's pull from our oracle. Karmic relationship. I told you. Coming right over this. All this is learned behavior, defense mechanisms that we picked up from this karmic relationship. Okay, again, in the karmic relationship we're reading on is that low vibrational Scorpio energy. Okay, let me read it to you. Jealous, stubborn, secretive, vengeful, manipulative, violent. Okay. All right, y'all. What's on the bottom? Air. Air. Swords. Air. Air signs, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. What was low vibrational Gemini? Jupiter. Today is Thursday. Half moon happened on a Thursday. It's ruled by Jupiter, friends. Jupiter is all about good fortune, abundance, and optimism. It came in low vibrational Gemini. We're talking superficial, cunning, inconsistent, restless, secretive, flighty, nosy, and devious. Okay? That's the energy that we give our abundance when we go around acting like this. The magician, that number one, that fire energy. What, Leo? Low vibrational Leo in our moon, our intuition in our heart space. Intolerant, patronizing, conceited, egotistical, snobbish, extra attention seeking. With that arguing, self destruction, not letting shit go. Being a false person because that's the karma that was created out of this, dealing with a person who is manipulative to you, violent to you, secretive, jealous, stubborn. You dealt with this for a long enough where it's affected you as a person. Okay, all right, let's pick one more. We're hitting an hour. You gotta face it, reflect, face it, let it go. Oh, I'm glad y'all didn't see that. Okay, y'all, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. It's a beautiful way to end the reading. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You can think of a question, a yes or no question. Feel free to put it in the comments if you don't mind. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 8, 6, 4, 2. The answer is yes. Okay. All right, and on the bottom, a spiritual awakening. 555, mind, body, spirit change, a pivotal change. This is a spiritual awakening. Okay, if you can't take accountability, all right, and face your own demons, all right, you cannot change. You cannot expect abundance and good fortune. All right, friends, I love y'all very, very much. We didn't clear out the energy, so I want you guys to brace your ears. Okay, we're going to clear out the energy, get rid of any bad or heavy energy for you guys for the rest of the night. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Beautiful. All right. Love you, friends. Bye. Good night. Bye.